everybody, it's Baron J. I'm gonna make you listen to the words I say, yeah. If you've been watching my videos for a while now and you didn't quite know what my taste is in anime, I'll give you the lowdown. I'm a sucker for originality. Any concept I haven't seen before is instantly a bonus. As I mentioned in my review of Mushishi, I also crave atmosphere and ambiance. Getting sucked in on the first episode is not mandatory, but it is always appreciated. And finally, not necessarily a huge cast, but not so many characters I can't remember who's what. Just a generous amount of characters is always a plus. Usually, I get wedged into the shonen category. These are huge adventures undertaken by a young man, usually around 10 to 14, where he discovers his hidden powers or whatever bullshit he knows and starts a grand adventure. So naturally, I kept seeing stuff about this show called Hunter x Hunter over and over and over again, but people mentioned the animation and story being insane, so I'm like, alright, it caught my interest pretty late, but I'll go ahead and give it a shot. Initially, the concept I see is nothing too new. Monkey D. Little Kid here wants to become king of the hunters. I'm sorry. Gon Freaks here wants to take the hunter exam and find his real dad. He heads out in his conveniently huge world to explore in search of friendship and adventure, yada yada yada. What this show does not tell you is that it is not a show for kids. Holy shit. Kurapika is one of the other characters in the show, and his family was killed by a troop of assassins because of his eyes that turn red when he brings out his insatiable bloodlust. And this guy's a teenager. Yeah. He wants to be a hunter to get a medical license so he can provide healthcare to people for free because he couldn't save his best friend who died of a disease because he couldn't pay for it. Holy shit, this is dark. Hold on. This is Gon's best friend, Killua. His family is in the business of assassination. He fucking kills people for money. He's like 12. This show takes a very, very dark turn very quickly, but it maintains this air of adventure and wonder that's given in the first few episodes. It's a stark contrast that gives this show an incredibly interesting dynamic, and it keeps bringing you back. The animation budget does vary a lot. It can be cut and paste mouth movements 1 minute to Cowboy Bebop-esque fight sequences the next. However, this show in its entirety does suffer from what I like to call what the fuck One Piece syndrome, which is that the show's nature is so varied, each arc is a different level of what the fuck is happening. But the dramatic timing of the plot elements is done in this show just well enough that it's believable throughout and it keeps you coming back. If you haven't caught up with this show, now is the time, as the entire anime has been brought to a close this week. But it's well worth the ride, in my opinion. Here is the end of the video. Here's the subscribe button, here's the Facebook. You can share this video with your friends if you think they'd like it. This show honestly brings up one of the things I've always wanted to do. If I had the time or the dedication, I would love to do an abridged series of something. This show kind of has that dynamic and I like it a lot, but I don't know if it's worth the effort. It could be an interesting project for the future. Thanks guys, bye-bye.